sit right here.
Hey, how you doing? What is it? They put it there. I don't know. I don't know if there's somebody. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, I wish my thing came up quicker. I tried to bring it higher. I had a higher electronic and a bit higher. Which group you work with? What group do you work on? You just have?
So a few more minutes before we start. If you haven't signed in, should be sign in keep going around somewhere right here. So make sure to give all your vital information on there. I passed you here. All right. Last time it didn't work, but I used to. So there's one seat up here still if someone wants to come sit up in the front. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and get started. It's 5:30 now. Thanks everyone for coming. This is really exciting. This turnout is very great. We love to see the participation and the people that want to come out and give us their input about projects that we're working on, especially this project. My name is Michael Wright. I'm with Communities First. We have Renee Kent also with Communities First and Lori Ross. The format tonight, like I just want to let you know, is what we're going to do is we've got these boards kind of showing about the project. I'm going to talk a little bit about Communities First, a little bit of the work that we've done and do. I'll talk a little bit about the project, give you an overview of what we are proposing, and then what I'll ask is that you can come up and look at the proposed project. We have the unit layouts, the floor layouts, some elevations. A lot of people are probably interested in the site layout and an elevation, and then we've got some boards here. And I think this format has worked well for us in that we'd like to get everyone's viewpoint. So a lot of people may not feel comfortable speaking. Even if you do, that's fine. But this is a great way that you can write your comments on a notepad, and we'll stick it to here, stick it to there. What we'll do is we're going to take all of those comments and we'll summarize them, and we're going to publish them online. If you want to get a hold of those as well, you'll be able to get them from us. So that way we can disperse it to everyone. We can answer everyone's questions, and if you don't feel comfortable in a forum like this, you can get your question answered, and then we can answer that. So it'll take us a little bit of time to take in all the comments and feedback, but we'll publish that so that everyone can see that. Yep, of course. So my name is Michael Wright. I'm the Real Estate Development Director at Communities First. We're a mission-driven, nonprofit community developer based in Flint. Our mission is to build healthy, vibrant communities through 3 ways: economic development, affordable housing, and innovative programming. Go to the next slide. So part of our work in economic development is job creation. So on our projects like this, what we do is we hire local workers, local contractors, local subs. We do as much as we can, and we have agreements with our contractors. We bid out and we get, to as many local workers as possible. We also have other commercial projects that we do for job creation in some of our commercial projects. Our affordable housing, we do projects that provide decent quality affordable housing for residents. We've done projects in Flint. This is our first project in Swartz Creek. But we're really looking to provide that quality affordable housing for all ranges, from low to high. We also do innovative programming, so we address environmental education and also a culture shock program, which is we bring people into different environments that maybe they might not be used to. For example, we've taken people over to Lake Michigan that might have never been on a lake, even though they lived in Michigan all their life. Go ahead and go to the next slide. So an example of one of our projects is Oak Street School. It's not similar to this in that this is way more far gone than Mary Crapo, but as time goes on, it gets it gets quite bad. But you go to the next slide. This is a senior apartment project in Flint, Michigan, 24 units. We did it in 2014. Still got that new building smell. It's just like that. I mean, it's a beautiful, gorgeous building. We're very proud of it. It's almost always full. Right now it's 100% occupied. It's been 100% occupied for the last 6 months. I'll go to the next one. This is Swayze Court Apartments. This building was an old General Motors executive apartment suite. We renovated this to historic standards. Go ahead and go to the next slide. We built a new building next to it to get some more massing of apartments. So the building on the left is the historic building. When you do historic buildings, you don't necessarily want to copy it, but you want to contrast it. So that's Swayze Court Apartments. This is 36 apartment units. I'll go to the next one. This is what our most recently completed project, Coolidge Park Apartments. This is old elementary school. We rehabbed into, this building has 24 units, and then we did a new construction of 30 units with commercial space on the first floor where there's going to be a daycare on the first floor, apartments above it. And we're really excited about that. So just quickly on Mary Crapo, to give you some information on this. This is planned, the proposed is for senior apartments, 40 total units, 1 and 2 bedrooms, 25 1 bedroom, 15 2 bedroom. We estimate rents from $343 up to $1,100 a month. So like I said, we go for a wide variety of income ranges. So we will target residents at, we've kind of balanced them out, balance out the rents and the incomes. To get the current status, so right now we're in the pre-development stage. We've had a lot of back and forth with our architects. We've been talking with the city. We've had a lot of internal conversations. We're going for our, some municipal approval, so planning for that, and also talking with financing, so a lot of banks, underwriting, things like that. So right now, this is the concept. Go ahead and go to the next slide. I guess I'll be talking about the rents and the income. So Genesee County, the median income is $61,000. So if you look at what these rents are, as I said, it's $343 to $1,100. So you can see at the 80% AMI, this area median income is going to be the higher rents, and then the 30% AMI, that's just basically a percentage of what that area median income is. So we're going to have a range of those incomes. Go ahead and go to the next slide. The residents themselves and how we kind of pick them and screen them is they're going to be 60 seniors, which is going to be 55 and older. Like I said, it's going to be mixed income, so a range. Some residents are going to qualify based on their income levels. Some residents, there's going to be no qualifications. They could be, Warren Buffett and live there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We have a property management company that's extremely experienced. They property manage all of our companies. They're a third party, so they do tenant screenings. So all of our tenants, we do, thorough credit checks. We enforce the lease. We very take care of our properties. We're on Court Street in Flint, near downtown Flint. So literally, it's a 10-minute drive from here. So We're very, very on top of things with all of our apartments and with our property manager. The reason and the outcomes of what we expect for this project, as well as kind of what we've seen happen with our other projects with school buildings that are vacant, they tend to go blighted really fast. They start crumbling. As time goes by, they're more difficult to rehabilitate. They're large, visible community assets that we want to restore. I've already talked to so many people that went to school here. They live across the street, and they got their first job at Mary Crapo. There's a lot of historical significance to this project, to this building. So our goal is to, our plan is to restore this as a historic community asset. Meaning, when we rehab the building, we're going to do it to historic standards. We're going to be held to these historic standards. We can't just do anything we want to the outside. We also want to ensure the property is compatible with the neighborhood, so that's a lot of like the site design, and you'll see with the site plan kind of, what we have is we're just kind of we're just using the building, just a small addition for an elevator and some units, and then obviously parking. We want to ensure the market and financial feasibility, so we want to ensure that there's a market for this building. Senior housing, I think there's a market for it, we all know that. In Swartz Creek, as well as, it's a sustainable project, right? So we want it to be, and we develop and we own our properties for a long period. We're going to be we're going to be your neighbor for a long time. We're not going to get out. So we want to make sure that the project is sustainable and long-lasting. We also have targeted community programming and partnerships. So I've had a conversation with Senior Center, and what we want to do, the goal of this is to have this an active space for seniors, to connect seniors with the community, and also connect the community with the building as seniors. So you'll see that in the plan there's community space. So we do programming in all of our projects to whether it be helping seniors get transportation to whatever events that we might have going on in the area, orchestra or whatever, or maybe bringing people into the building. So we're really intentional about that. So and you can look at this in a minute, but here's the the rendering we have. That's the back of the building with the addition. In the bottom right is the current state of the building. There's the layout, which you can kind of get a closer look. And then go ahead. And then there's the site. You can just leave that up. So like I said, what we're going to ask you to do now is that we have these notepads here, some notepads over here, and we have some questions about that we'd like, some questions for you. You can kind of write your answer, your comment on a notepad and stick it on, and if we get too much, we'll change it out. We're going to take those comments and we're going to take them all in, we'll summarize them, and we'll publish them online, and we'll get them out so that everyone can see everyone's comments and our responses. So feel free to, Renee's here to help, and Lori's here to help. I'm here to help as well. So if you need anything, just please let me know. So.
I have some questions.
Okay, so.
No, I'd rather let everybody hear this because you're talking about sustainable development and environmental. This sounds United Nations to me. Now, I follow California politics because I was born in California. And they are disbanding all single-family homes. And all of this is coming in.
I'm not sure, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that means, but
urban planning?
We definitely want your comments. So
urban planning?
Here's the site plan right here.
You don't want to answer my question?
No, I do. I'd rather answer in a format that I can give it to everyone and people that are not here, because there's a lot of people that aren't here.
That are not here.
Yeah, so I think it's for their benefit. I'd rather answer the question. You
don't want to answer the question. Is this through the United Nations?
Oh, this is, oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was your question. Yeah. No, this is not through the United Nations.
Well,
I'm sorry.
that's not true, because you're using sustainable, that's ICLEI, that's United Nations.
I'll tell you right now, point blank, the United Nations has nothing to do with the project.
Who's funding you?
We're still going through our financing right now.
And who will be financing that?
So we're applying to lenders, like lenders that you would know, like banks that you would know, right, who will underwrite the project.
Okay.
and also we're talking to various equity providers. We applied to the county for home funds, and so we're really pulling in different funds, but nothing United Nations. There
And
will,
do these,
so if you,
it is true, okay, but
if your question is who's financing it,
who's paying the
feel free to-
taxes on this? Who pays the taxes? Once this is up, who pays the taxes?
once what is up.
Okay,
Oh,
we
once the
pay-
building is completed.
We pay property tax, okay?
Uh-huh.
So who's paying this?
So we are requesting a pilot from the city, it's called payment in lieu of taxes, right, to keep the rents affordable. So the property owner will pay a payment based on the rents.
Okay, so what happens is, to the houses around this community, which is plopped right in the middle of houses,
I'll show you something.
it brings down our property value. Because
So-
once that property, once somebody wants to sell their homes, who's going to want to buy the house across from an apartment
So
complex?
I'll just draw your attention to that project real quick. That's Oak Street Senior School. That was a dilapidated, and vacant building, and there were houses next to this building that looked like that, right? And now it looked, see that hallway? So for this project, this Oak Street, for Swayze Court and for Coolidge Park we just finished, it is a value enhancer for the neighborhood. And you know, schools is a big project, so it's a draw, right? It's very visible. And so when you have that blighted building, it brings down, it depresses the values. So to reinvigorate it actually
But
brings
what
values
happens
up.
to our property value? What happens to these people's property value when we have all of these property, all of these, you already have 2 apartment complexes across the street.
That's a great question.
Yeah?
So I think
No,
we want to stick with our
I'm
format.
asking you to answer it.
So I will answer it, but we're asking you to stick with the format that we're.
I know, because you don't want somebody to question it.
We're gonna publish all the questions that everyone,
The
Let's
format
get
is
there.
a question and answer. These people didn't come here just to listen to you.
Exactly.
We came here for answers.
Yeah.
There's not a lot, some people are for it, good for them, but there's also a lot of people that are
Sure.
against it.
And if you're against it or for it, we invite you, because there's been some information already out there about the project, obviously. So this meeting, what we want to do is, and what I'm doing is presenting what we're proposing. So if you look, I do invite you to come up, you know, look at this building, look at the site plan, right? This is what we're proposing, nothing more, okay? So I invite you, and if you have questions, say, what's your financing? I'm very happy to answer that, very happy. Who is funding? All these questions,
Right.
but we find it works best if you can ask that question in this format,
Right,
and
because
you will get
others
an answer.
won't hear what the answer is.
I promise you, we will publish this online.
But, Madam, I respectfully, we want to.
No, I'm sorry. Can I answer that, can I answer that question? Because we're not going to publish it after the project's done, right? We're going to publish it probably in a few weeks.
I just have one quick question that can cut to the chase on a lot of people, but not all of them. What happens to that ball diamond?
The proposed project, if you want to come up and look at the site plan,
Where's our softball?
Just what he doesn't have to come up there and look at it. What's happening to that ball diamond?
there is no plan for that ball diamond right now.
It's gonna stay there and they're gonna have.
We are proposing this project. We are proposing this project right here.
Land that we have bought, okay? We invested in this community. Our land is going.
So, if I can address your attention,
Your
sir, right
lot
here.
is not.
Here's the ball diamond,
Yeah,
right?
but that's the rendering now.
Yes, yes. So,
If this passes, you can do whatever you want with that ball diamond.
no.
So it's staying.
And that's a good question, okay? And
That's what they're asking.
other people want to know, and I'm telling you, so if we want to use this format, it's much better. But I will answer your question, okay?
Yes.
This right here is what we're seeking approval for, okay? Not anything on this. Now, I'll tell you this. If something is going to be done here, we would have to come back and get a different site plan approval.
So that
Am I
rendering,
correct, Adam?
that rendering right
That's
there.
not what we
If you were proposing to rezone the whole site, you would be vested with
rights to do multifamily housing on the rest of that.
On the rest
would
But
of
we
it.
would
require
not
a
be
site
able,
plan.
but we would have to obtain site plan approval to do anything there, is that
That's what-
correct?
Right, but you'd have vested rights for multifamily housing if it's rezoned.
I didn't.
But we would not be able to build multifamily housing, is that correct?
You would have a right to build multifamily housing as of right within the confines of the zoning ordinance.
As it currently
So in other words,
stands.
you can
If
do what
it's
you want.
rezoned, not as it currently
Not
stands.
as it currently stands. No.
Yes, he just said it.
Yeah, so our position is this, it's currently zoned R3, which is downtown residential, which is
Yes.
single family.
Yes.
And there's some other things you can do. If the petition seeks to rezone the entirety of the property, it could align with the site plan for what's shown, which for the most part is the existing building.
Right there.
If the zoning was applied to the entire site, they would have a vested right to develop multifamily housing within the rules established through zoning. That is currently not a right that any of the school or Communities First as an owner interest
What
has.
about low-income housing around the area?
On that site,
Yeah.
So I get,
they have no, low income's very separate from what we can control with zoning. We can't approve or deny low income on its face as being low income. We can approve or deny zoning, and then if something's zoned, we can approve or deny based on the parameters of the zoning. So it'd be
Once you
density,
get control of the property.
transportation.
You want it, that's what
so
you're saying.
to answer your question, this is what we are proposing. We are not doing anything here.
Not yet.
That's not what we've been told.
If we change and do something here, we will come back
That's not-
and propose that.
See, we
You can
want it
propose
all,
it, but you control it all.
We can give you an answer now, tonight.
we don't want this, okay, because I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm sorry, stop,
I'm gonna tell you what's coming in here.
ma'am, can I ask you to stop
No,
please for
you
a second?
cannot.
Can I just,
This is
can I
my
ask you to
city,
stop?
okay, so no, you were invited here, and I'm
Some,
gonna tell you one thing.
some people support
A
this,
lot-
some people do
do.
not.
They
and
want
I would
their
ask-
voice,
and this is
but
what I
you
want to
wanna
avoid.
answer
This is what I want to avoid.
people's questions.
I want to avoid
You
one
want-
person
you
speaking
want-
for everyone, and I
Everybody
think,
else
I appreciate that, so this
You
is what I'm
just
gonna
don't
do.
wanna answer my question.
I'm gonna end this format. If you wanna talk to me and have specific questions about the development for me, I'm gonna be right here.
Who
Renee's
else
gonna
is
be
going
here.
in there besides,
Lori's gonna be here. Otherwise, I ask you to
Seniors.
follow this format, so come up, look at this, I'll be here if you have any questions. If your question is, are you going to do anything else? Are you gonna develop the ball field? Please ask it, because I'll tell you right now, someone's gonna ask it, we're already gonna write it, we're gonna publish it online, we'll publish the answer for everyone to see. Okay, we will publish that answer online, not after we do this project, but before, but well before. Like I'm talking about in a couple of weeks.
What if we have questions on your answers, then what? When you make your answer,
I have my
and we
business
have
cards.
questions beyond that.
I have my
like
business-
this
sure.
format is better because it may present more
Ma'am.
questions.
This format is better for some things, but then a lot of times what happens is,
But
like I said, people
everybody
tend to
here
speak for other
knows
people.
the format.
So I'm gonna ask right now that
Any issues
if you
we
want
have
to,
it.
come up. If you have questions for me, please come up and talk to me. We will publish
So
these.
this isn't the format.
No, the format is to
This
take your
format
comments
is
and
just
questions, yes.
you to propose this project to us, that's it.
No,
No questions, no nothing,
no, yes, we want your questions, we want your input.
But no answers.
What do you like about the, no, I'm sorry.
Put it online.
I'm sorry, hold on. Some people may have a misinterpretation of what this meeting is, okay? This is not a city I know there was a flyer put out,
We're not looking.
okay, about this meeting. So I want to say right now, Communities First did not put out that flyer, okay? So if you're getting your information from a different flyer, then I'm telling you right now, that was not what we put out. I'm going to tell you what we put out, okay? We put out a community input session at the city council. It's not a city council meeting, and it's not a vote on the project meeting. This is a meeting that we can show you. We've gone through different iterations of this project, right? We've looked at the ball field, right? What can we do with that, right? We've looked at that. Can we do a phase 2? Can we not do a phase 2? Right now, we don't want to do a phase 2. We're like I was very prepared. I was very prepared for people to come and say, look, communities first. This is valuable. We don't want you to do anything with that. I was very prepared for that. Okay? That's what I don't, hold on, that's what I don't want to propose. There's going to be municipal approvals, planning commission approvals to approve this plan.
Will there
Not
be a vote?
approved. Yes, the planning commission, yes, there will be a vote,
At
but
the city
this is
council.
not it.
Okay, this isn't it, we get that.
So this,
So
so what
we
I'm,
can
so
come
hold on.
back at that date.
So what I'm asking you to do right now, okay, is what do you like about the plan? What are you concerned about? If you're concerned that we are going to develop this without your consent, that's a valid concern. That is 100% valid concern, right?
Yes, it is.
So so say that concern. We will respond to it. I'm telling you right now, we are not going to develop it without proposing it. Thank you, sir. So that's what I would ask you to do. I invite you to come up and look. You know, you've seen it, but look at the site plan and give your comments. If you want to come talk to me, come talk to me. You want to talk to Renee and Lori, please come talk to us. We will be here till 6:30 or after if we need to. So I definitely appreciate everyone coming. If you were misinformed about what this meeting was, I apologize. We want everybody's input. I know everyone doesn't necessarily want to speak out, so we definitely want your input. We will publish the answers and our responses. Likely within 2 weeks. Maybe it's going to be 3, but it's going to be soon. It won't be until after we've gone down a far road. So
you can just say it's not going to be turned into a trailer.
I can say it's not going to be turned into a trailer park. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for
Let
coming.
me just do a quick introduction of our folks in case people are interested.
Of course.
Okay, everyone, my name's Adam. I'm the administrator for the city of Swartz Creek. And so this meeting is their show. They're presenting what they're doing. They're going to look for feedback. There's not been any vote taken by the planning commission or city council on zoning, site plan, or any other approvals. Okay, and so this is the beginning, but it is moving fast. Okay, so they just submitted formal applications yesterday. They'll be on the planning commission agenda for March 10th here at 7 o'clock.
And we submitted formal applications for this project,
Yep.
not for anything here. Okay.
Correct. There's no phase 2, but the zoning is very important.
Right, yeah.
And so that's a conversation to have. And so I'm available if folks want to talk or answer questions, and I'll stay after today. I'd like our council members to identify themselves in case people want to speak to them. They're here as attendees tonight too. Again, this is not a city meeting. There's no vote. There's nothing they're affecting there. We have planning commission members I saw walk in as well. If they want to identify themselves, people can talk to them. And so our process is just starting as a community. The school has offered an option for Communities First to buy it. They have not yet bought it. So they're going through this process right now to see if the community will approve what they want to do. And that's the decision we have. And so then the community will look at zoning, the community will look at site plan. They're going to look at what they're proposing today. We're going to wisely look ahead and think about what that might mean for phase 2, should it happen. And so give them all your concerns as they're asking for, and it might be reflected in what they're proposing. If not, then the community looks at what they're doing and we make a decision.
So you can't put restrictions, Adam, about the ball field and leave that out right in the purchase agreement?
We can't, because we don't own it. The school had put some restrictions on, I think, 55 and older.
So let's so the school, as part of the school, wants to see senior housing here. So can't put a zoo here. Can't put
But
whatever.
they can't tell you that you can't own that part of it, is that correct?
Yeah, we have an option.
If you buy
we have,
one, you option the whole
we have,
shop,
yeah, we have a
and then you come back
And sir, I feel like getting your answer now. I would greatly appreciate it because I'm telling you this answer right now. But I'm gonna, you're gonna forget. Maybe not. I have a bad memory.
I live 3 blocks from here.
Sir, I'm just asking you to write that question down in this format because even though you're getting this answer right now, I want to emphasize the point. When we sent out this meeting, we make this format right. We do this because everyone here is a good representation, and I'm happy to see everyone here, even the people that are opposed. I'm happy to see that because I want your opinions. But I want to get the word out to everyone because misinformation flies fast. Okay, people put out stuff that's not
That's
true.
why we're asking questions.
Yes, I know,
and
and
not
yes.
answering them.
So I appreciate if you could, so that we can, as an organization, respond and send it, and we'll post it online. So the next time we come, we're going to be in front of you again at other public meetings. When we respond, you can see those responses, and you hold us accountable. That's a really good way of engaging you guys, and you guys to engage us. I know it seems easier because we can be right now, but a lot of times like emotions get high, and then we forget what we say, we forget what we do, or we have I might misremember a comment. If you write it down, I publish it online. There's no misremembering and there's no misanswering, right? So,
Could I say
thank you.
something, please? Could I say something? This meeting is not what we all thought it was.
That's
For one thing, he is not the man to attack. You need to talk to your city people, because they're, and it's school.
Don't attack them either,
No,
though.
I don't want you to attack anybody. I'm just saying, he's not the one that made this decision.
But you
It's
are,
between-
I have spoken.
he's-
Yes, well, I am the
he's
one
trying
that, as an organization, we made a decision to hold the meeting this way because like I said,
No, I just say.
we
can
want
I
that,
finish?
yes, I'm sorry.
yes,
Everybody misinterpreted this meeting.
correct.
And I'm sorry about that. I
No.
should have, I mean, I didn't know there was
You
others.
are just coming here to present something that may or may not happen. The city are the people that everybody needs to talk to in the school.
But madam, he's
Whoever-
not answering any questions, that's the problem.
Because he's not the one that's, in my opinion, the city's in the school are the ones that
Yeah,
decide.
The
they're
city
designing
doesn't
and
decide to
petitioning
do
for
this.
change. The city has not decided anything.
But they're,
School,
It's the school, right? It's
the
the
school owns it. They wanted to see senior housing.
Ma'am, can I
They're
get
buying it, they're designing, they're proposing. I think they'll be flexible if they get feedback. I mean, it's up to you.
Yes,
If
you're
everyone
right.
said we never want to see the south side of the property developed, you're going to consider it. If it changes their proposal, I don't know. But they have the potential to say, you know what, we're just going to do the building and stop, and we will restrict through contract zoning or another mechanism the permanent use of the south side of that park. It's possible.
So just amend, so to mention, yes, your city, want to talk to them, but also, I urge you to not just go to them and say that you need to make them do this, you need to make them do that. What we're doing, we are presenting this thing that we've thought out, but we haven't presented it to you yet, right? And so we're presenting it, but we want your feedback. We're not like yes or no people. So if you're like, you have these, originally when we looked at this, we said, can we do some more housing? Because there's a great need for senior housing in this community. So can we do some quality? How do we fit it with the neighborhood? Could we do one story? Could we do this? Blah, blah, blah. So, you know what we did? We kind of saw some planning commission, some previous comments. Adam told us some thoughts. We said, whoa, hold on. We don't think that there's going to be any support for this. So, well, clearly we know there's not a lot. Maybe there is, but, there might be some comments in here that say, I like that. I did door to door in the neighborhood, and I talked to one lady that said, I would love to see it, okay? So my point is that lady might feel like she is either not here, or that lady might feel intimidated to talk, okay? There are people like that. So, and we, as Communities First, we're a mission-driven organization. We want to give voices to the voiceless, okay? That we want to include and welcome people. This format is very difficult for some people to feel included and welcome. So that's why we wanted to. So give us your comments. If you say, okay, I'd rather have parking over here, or you like this about that, or you don't want anything here, I urge you to not just go to your council members. Go to them with your concerns, but don't just go to them and tell them what you want us to do. If you go to us first, if you give us all your comments first, and then we don't do it, they're probably going to be like, hey, my constituent went to you, Mr. Communities First guy, and you didn't want to do it. Maybe there's a good reason, maybe there's not, but I can't really support it. But if you just go to them, their answer might be, well, did you talk to the developer? Most for-profit developers, and I know you're used to this, they don't care, they don't listen, they don't even do this. They show up to planning or they show up to something else. We do this, okay? We respond. That's our way. So that's it. Again, I just urge you not just to go to them, go to us, talk to us and them, but definitely don't think that we're just going to shut the door on you, okay? There might be a dialogue too. There might be a two-way street, but we're definitely listeners. And so that's why I urge you not just to go to them. Come to us, give us your comments, please. It's very important. Very important.
Mr. Ziegler?
Where did you get your hold that there was a need for senior housing here? I mean, how many people did you poll in the area that said there was all these senior people that needed housing?
Look, there's market studies and there's demographic reports and very boring stuff that makes me want to fall asleep when I read it.
Yeah, well, I know, because our seniors, a lot of.
I don't have them on me, but
No, but that's
know the format is you had another frame of reference in your mind. Maybe we can have that meeting too. I don't know if that's really needed. Maybe we can look into that. We can't. But for this meeting, this was the planned format, and we really want to give people a chance to give their opinions so we can feedback. So I greatly appreciate it. And if your feedback says, hold another meeting that lets me talk, put that, okay? Thank you so much.
Just that yellow is all you're going to do.
School building.
I think the big concern is that there's more. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of it is the undesirable building. I don't know too many people are opposed to people having to park in there.
Go back. We don't need her here.
What can the site plan approval to even do modifications to the building? They want to myself. Yes, it's all. That's what you're asking. That is what it is up in the area.
An outright